Hey YouTube, we're back here with a '03 Ford Expedition 5.4. And what the problem is with this is I started having a very high idle. It wouldn't go down below 2000 RPMs. So right now I'm trying to change the idle air control valve. Usually on these engines, I see on different videos on YouTube, they're like somewhere up on the top here. This one is way back under there underneath the firewall. So I've got to get my little ratchet on those. You can see that one top bolt, and then the other bolt is there. Can't get it to focus, but down there in the bottom. So I'm gonna change this out, and then I'm gonna try starting it up and see how it goes. Hopefully this solves the high idle issue for me. Okay, let's see if we can. Right now I've got this little extension bar on this socket. I'm trying to reach in here because I can't get the ratchet in there. It's too big. This just works in this tight spot just good enough to back this screw out. So I'm just trying to show you what I did to get this out without taking the whole intake out. And I think I got it enough now. I can, yeah, the bottom screw is loose. I could turn it by hand now. Boy, oh boy. Wish they didn't make this so tight. This should be much easier than this to change. All right, well, I'll be back once I get this back in. I just wanted to show you what I did to get this out. Okay, so there's the old one out here, and here's the new one. I got this from Rock Auto. It was like 30 bucks. To get this out and to get the clip off, I had to come in from the other side here, the other side of the intake, and pull it out through there to disconnect the wire. Unfortunately, I couldn't hold the camera and do that at the same time, but for me, that's the easiest way to do it. What I'm going to do is try same way putting it back in. I'm going to go in this side here on this side of the intake, connect the electrical clip to that, and then slide it back over and then reconnect it with the bolts from the other side. Unfortunately, it's the only way that I can do it. So anyhow, just figured I'd show you the new one and the old one. I tried cleaning the old one up, but it's not working. I'm hoping that this is the issue with the idle, because like I said, it's still at 2000 RPM when I started, so way too high. And then after I start it, it doesn't want to start again, so we'll see if this fixes the issue. We'll be back. Okay, I'm trying to get in here with this socket and this little extension bar. I think it's the easiest way that I could do this. It's so tight with that ratchet in there. I can only get a couple turns just to tighten it. Just where this is it's not in a good spot. The engineers really didn't think about changing this part when they put this in. Well, maybe they did. They want you to take it to the garage, the dealership. Unfortunately, I don't have the money to do that. I gotta spend my money on lottery tickets. Yeah. All right, let's get this top one. Yeah. All right, so just figured I'd show you how I'm tightening this up, and I'm going to tighten it up the rest of the way with the ratchet. So I'm going to stop the video here, and we'll be back to test it out, see if the car starts normal. Okay, well, I got the battery reconnected. I got the idle air control valve in. We're going to try giving it a start and see what happens. Nothing. Okay, we got to start it. The idle is back down to about where it should be. Sounds about 800 RPMs, so that's good. Gave me a hard time starting. I don't know what's going on with that. Well, I guess I'm going to take it for a ride and we'll check it out and see if we can get it restarted. So stay tuned. Okay, we're back here. We got it started now. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to start up again. So I'm going to shut it off. It's idle and nice. It's about 800 RPMs. Let's see if we start it up again, see what happens. Alright, looks like we got it. I'm hoping. It's idling down nice. Like I said before, this would be at about 2,000 RPMs. When you start it, it would stay at 2,000 RPMs, and then when you're on the highway, it would wind out to about 3,000 RPMs. It wasn't shifting right. It seems like it wouldn't get out of first gear when you would start out with it. It would have a hard time shifting up into the upper gears. So I'm going to take it for a ride, and hopefully we'll see that everything is good. But this seems to have fixed the problem, the idle air control valve. So like I said, it was about 30 bucks from Rock Auto, and this is on a 03 Expedition. So it looks like the Expedition lives another day. Well, we'll be back after we take it for a test drive, see how it drives. Okay, well, took it for a ride. Seems to be idling great. It's probably right around maybe 700 RPM, so that's good. Let's shut it off. We'll try starting it up again. Starts right up. So that seems to have fixed the problem with this. Like I said, it was idling about 2,000 RPMs. It wouldn't shift right because it was just idling too high. It got to the point where it wasn't starting. I couldn't get it started, and maybe it was sticking open, letting too much air in. But now it seems to start back up. Took it for a ride. It idles nice. So if you're having those issues, you might want to try changing out your idle air control valve. Usually they're not as hard to change as this one. I know on a lot of the other Fords, they're right at the top of the engine, so it's pretty much, you just take those two bolts out and pop the new one in. But anyhow, seems like the Expedition is back, so see you next time.